What's up, America? This is Kim and Neil with Geauga Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to check out two of the flagship competition guns, one from Walther and one from SIG. So let's check them out.
So here we have the Walther Q5 match. Both of these guns are heavily broken in. This is definitely not an unboxing, just the way we like them. And these are borrowed guns, so I have no dog in the fight in this. I'm going to shoot. I've shot the standard wares of the 320, but never the X5. And this will be first for me for the Walther as well. So let's just kind of take a look at some of the features. If we look at the Q5 match here, again, everything is completely stock. We have an amazing trigger, I have to say right off the bat, just from dry fire so far. That trigger is pretty incredible. I'll show you a little comparison of the take up in reset here in a second. As you can see here, it has the fiber optics right up front. We got some really cool slide right on here, a little weight reduction. It's got the pretty standard PPQ grip. This one does have 15 round magazines. Obviously you can get replacement base plates and get larger ones, but that's kind of the standard wears there. The X5, this is an example of the magazines. This comes with some 21 round mags, so get a little bit more bag with that. Let's take a look real quick up close on the actual trigger itself. So as you can see there's the safety release, and then you have right about there's the wall. There's a little bit of creep on there, and the shot breaks. And watch this reset, very short, very crisp, no issues there. So really nice trigger. I would guess after it's been shot, that's probably a low 4-pound trigger for sure. That is a beautiful trigger. We've got a pretty easy mag release to hit here, a very large slide lever there. And then if we compare them, here is the X5 again. Very nice grip. I would say off the rip, because of my larger hands, I like the fact that the X5 has a bigger grip to it, so it kind of fills my hand a little better, where on the Q5 it just being a little bit shorter. It's very ergonomic, but I just wish it was a little tiny bit bigger. Then of course you also have the mag well, which you could remove if you wanted, but that's standard on the X5. Also has fiber optic front sights. The one thing I like about both of them, I noticed right off the rip, is just like I prefer, and everybody's different, but the rear sights are blacked out, so absolutely perfect setup to where I would do it. Let's take a look at the trigger here. So it's a flat trigger, again, standard. So very short take up, even shorter than the Q5 by far. So there's the wall right there. We're gonna add a little pressure. Brakes very crisp, reset. So I would say the take up is definitely much shorter on the SIG, whereas the Q5 you got a little bit more take up. The reset, I don't know, they're really close. I think it's just a different feeling because of course we're working with a flat trigger. I'd say probably the Q5 has just a little bit less take up. But let's get what we came here for and do some shooting and see what we think. All right, we're gonna start out with the Q5 match. Again, never shot this gun before. I have my very precious rounds here. These are pretty much their weight in gold at this point. When this is being filmed, getting a hold of ammo is extremely difficult, as you guys know, so everyone's counts. All right, let's run the first 10 through here, see what we think. Feels really good in the hand. See how it shoots here. That fiber optic just, I mean, it glows, especially with that back rear sight. Really pleased on the sight picture on this particular gun. Yeah, that trigger is super short. And actually I had a double there for a second. I always try to, when I'm shooting, hit that trigger. So with the recoil of the gun, we actually reset. So you could probably hear that time a couple times. You'd actually hear the reset of the trigger, which I'm always trying to get to the wall during recoil. But again, brand new trigger, very short. I'll get used to that one in a second. Let's see the X5 and see what we think that one. So now we're going to go with the X5 here. For those that are fans of the P320, this will definitely feel just like home for you. On my 320, I just have the standard 320, but I did get the X frame on it, so very familiar. I like that. Some people love or hate that large beaver tail. I tend to like it. That flat trigger, very cool. We're going to see how that works here in a second. That magwell, I mean, you could be blind and hit that thing. That is pretty sweet. So a good weight. Different balance of the guns. Q5 seems a little more front heavy, which is good for shooting because it really manages recoil. I feel like there's more weight in the base of this one. But let's see what we got here. Oh, other thing, the blade on the front sight, very, very thin. So very, very precise trigger with this, or sight picture for this one. So trigger on that just like any typical P320. The flat trigger just like the flat one that I have in mind. There's no special kits in mind, just all it is a flat trigger face. I like it. That one I can work the reset much better just because I'm used to it. So what we'll do now is I'll run 5 through this and then immediately 5 through the Q and see where we're at. I'm gonna load 5 in each. I'm gonna go back and forth just so I can get kind of an accurate feel for the two. Yeah, the grip is definitely, you definitely feel the shortness of the grip when you go from one to the other. And of course you have some of the finger grooves on the Q, but it does feel very good. So let's see what we got here. I'd say for me the SIG is more predictable, but again it's just because I've never shot at Walther ever, and so it just feels more natural for me. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily better, it's just different. Yeah, so between the two, it's kind of real personal preference. I like the larger grip surface just for me personally, and I like the fact that it has a lack thereof the grooves. I can't say that I dislike it. If I had to pick one or the other, I would say the grip on the SIG is kind of its advantage. Both of them, the magazine release is super easy to hit. I like the fact that and although I had no issues with it, the slide release, slide lock lever is a little larger on the match, and I could see with my larger hands that might prevent the slide from locking back from time to time, but it didn't this time. So very good balance though, I gotta say. It just would take me some time to get used to that trigger because it's very different. But both outstanding depending on what camp you're from, whether you're a Walther guy or a SIG guy. I really don't think you can go wrong.
So now we're gonna do the small hands challenge. So I'm gonna give him a shot. So
well, hold on, let's see. Here, put your hands there.
By my little hands.
So turn so they can see.
Yeah.
All right, so pretty big difference. So we're gonna see.
So let's see how I do.
All right, whenever you're ready.
All right. All right, that's pretty good. You ready? Wow, that is a big magwell. Let's check it out.
All right, Kim, so you shot them both. What'd you think?
Yeah, they both had amazing triggers. I was surprised. I'm so used to like a standard, you know, I have my M&P, and those have amazing triggers, both of them. They were really easy for me, surprisingly, even with my little hands for me to hit the mag release. I could reach the trigger really well, so I was really happy with both of them. So you can't go wrong with either one. We hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please give us a like, a share, a comment. We always love to hear from you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. You subscribe on Facebook or on Instagram, and we put all of our premium content on Patreon. Until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.